What's up, guys? Justin Brock here with another episode of Gurunomics. And today I have some guys on here from Dipsurance. And I'm excited because I ran across one of their advertisements. I think an agent had tagged me in it or something, and I had seen it, and it was just really creative. And I saw these guys. I was like, dude, these guys got it. They got it. I don't know what it is, but they got it, you know. And so I wanted to bring them on. I invited them, and they graciously, accepted the offer to come on. And so I'm going to introduce them really quick. So we got Dipsurance, aka Trident Insured, as I'm reading this brochure. Said I wasn't going to say it, but I said it anyway. So we got Russ Adams on the left. I don't know how you're watching this. Seth Waller, I'm saying that right, in the middle.
Got it. Perfect, man.
And
Absolutely.
Trent Waller. So Trent and Seth related?
Yes.
This
is my older brother.
Okay.
He used to beat me up.
So this guy beat up as a kid. I can take a lot of credit for his background.
Yeah. So you helped turn him into the Navy SEAL. Yeah.
That's
there
right.
You go. Yeah, all the wedgies.
So Bud's wasn't nothing compared to having Trent or compared to having Seth as an older brother.
That's right. Absolutely,
go, man.
All right. And so we got Russ, and Russ played professional baseball for the Blue Jays.
I did, yeah. I spent parts of 5 years with Toronto. My career lasted about 10 and a half years. I like to think if I was a better player, I might still be doing that, but here I am in the insurance world now. So it's been a long journey to get to this spot. But yeah, baseball for 10 years professionally.
Anybody that gets, it's the same thing for me as a Navy SEAL. Like, you ain't got to be Marcus Luttrell. If you're a Navy SEAL, you're in there, you did something right. Playing professional baseball, you're in a league of your own. So,
dude, it's always crazy when we meet people and tell our stories. No one even me. I'm like, I want to be the coolest guy, of course. And no one even gives me a second look. They're all about the baseball player. Oh, the Major League Baseball is so cool. I tell them all, I'm like, dude, if you were Navy SEALs and New York Yankees, let's put it in perspective here, Russ.
You guys are going to be overloaded with cool. I mean, so you're not going to have to worry about coolness factor with Dipsurance. So tell me a little bit about how the idea of Dipsurance as a brand came to be. Whose idea was that?
Yeah, so I started Dipsurance in 2018, and my background is in finance and insurance, and I've got an investment company called Falcon Investments. So I manage money locally for people. And it was just one of those classic, as I was building that out, I don't know if you know much about managed money, but it takes time to build that. And I was trying to pay the bills. I had a family, and I was just looking to make a little extra money, and ran across some guys online selling life insurance. I was like, hey man, if I can, make $1,000 more a month or something like that, it'd be great. And so kind of put it to the side for a while. This is like 2017, and just kind of kept it back there. And one day I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, it's going to be Dipsurance. We're in North Carolina. My dad's a farmer. We come from a farming community. A lot of people dip and chew. And I knew those little niche. And I kind of played around with, the idea and what the name would be. And just one day it just hit me. I was like, Dipsurance, this is what it's going to be. And needless to say, it kind of took off, and it's been good. And then once these guys came on, Trent came on in 2020, and Russ joined a few months back. We went from just mainly Google is our method of advertising to now we're doing Facebook, and hope to be on YouTube pretty soon, and really trying to blow the brand up, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, I love the brand as an idea, and it's funny because it started with Seth, who is the financial background, insurance guy, because of farming and farm town North Carolina. But then you bring on Navy SEAL and baseball, both resonate with dipping to me.
Yeah, they do. Our dip, our Velcro, and our BS.
So that's the thing. So the Facebook ad you've seen, I was like, there's no way I can be in it. These guys are much more relatable and funny and cooler than I am. So, I'm the brains behind it, and I've sold a lot of policies through Dipsurance, but these guys are the face of the brand, so to speak.
Well, I think that's awesome. And I loved your Zero Dark 30 reference there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I kept it PG for you. Man,
Yeah.
that one nailed it, dude. We just wanted to put that on some content for Dip Insurance, like a little clip of it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh yeah.
So dip insurance is coming along. Obviously, the RIA, I understand the idea of building something on a residual revenue concept does take time. It's hard to live off of, the margins as they compound. In the long run, they far outpace the fast money, but it does help to be able to go out. And I also understand the riches and niches. So it seems like a crazy niche down concept, but I've believed in that forever. We brand as Medicare Gurus, and so we do other things. We'll sell health insurance, we'll do annuities, we'll do that. People say, why don't you do all this, much broader? And I'm like, I want to focus on Medicare. I cross sell out the other things, and so I think that's what you guys are doing when you're looking at dip insurance, is being able to find that groove. Plus the referrals, people know exactly how to refer you. Then they found you for life insurance, because I dip, I'm looking for people that can know how to help me get the best rate, and I'm a dipper, right? Well, that is such a niche thing. It's going to breed referrals, you know. So I love that idea, and obviously you guys do other things and market differently, but online I think that'll pull really well. So
Yeah, no, it's been good, and we've helped over 300 people through Dip Insurance, and I've owned other niche websites as well, but Dip Insurance is the one we focus on. But it's a good way to bring clients in. They're appreciative. They're good people to work with. It's a lot of fun to work with them. And yeah, you're absolutely right. It definitely helps that, it opens the door to a lot of other avenues. If you get their life insurance, they trust you and are open to a lot more conversations.
And most people, like the small town aspect, all the good old boys here that chew, have no idea when they call their farm bureau or state farm that they could get a life insurance policy that's non-smoker rate. They have no clue.
yeah.
No, that's definitely, the play on it is, I'm not sure if your audience knows, but most companies out there will rate dip and chew as tobacco rate, same as cigarette smoker. So there's only a few companies out there, and we work with them and represent them. And that's really the play on it is, most people, if they call somebody up, they're going to get a tobacco rate. They're mad about it. So they find us, and all of a sudden we're the good guys, so that's the play on that.
I love it. So somebody's trying to sign in my Zoom. So dip insurance, and I wanted the RIA side. So you're still doing the RIA. You run your own RIA, you're plugged into another one. How's that work?
Yes. So I opened my own RIA in North Carolina in 2012. I started out in 2009 with Edward Jones, worked for them for a year, and then Ameriprise for 2, and essentially said, hey, I think I can do this on my own. They're both good companies, just some things that I didn't like about the way I thought I could do business versus the way I had to do it there. So when you're young and dumb, and I think I was 26 when I started it, Falcon Investments, and so you don't know what you don't know. But I tell people I was just young and dumb enough to stick around, and it's one of those long games, man. You don't make a lot of money starting out, and it's much like Medicare. You have to build that client base. It's, I think, much harder than Medicare in the sense that people have to trust you with their life savings, where Medicare is a little bit easier decision for somebody to commit to, but
it's much easier conversation.
Right.
People love talking about Medicare. If that's on Medicare,
Right.
People do not like talking about finances, at least in our
But
culture.
so feel insurancy. It feels like that it's a healthcare program. It's like, even when you get into like Medicare Advantage, a lot of times they're not necessarily classified even as insurance policies anymore, because they're like healthcare programs, even though they're built like an insurance product. But yeah, we've found the same thing. It's getting, Medicare probably gets more crowded at times, with agent force, but it's still not really enough in pockets. There's tons of call centers out there, but there's not groups of, it's like we do business virtually, but I don't like being viewed as a call center, because we still are that down home local group, even if I'm helping somebody 5 states away. I'm still like, you know what I mean? It's just different. My guys don't feel like employees. It feels like this is a career path. We really want to help people. And I think that they can get that same thing when they talk to you guys. Don't matter. Like if Seth says he's licensed in 45 states, somebody could be in Oregon calling you in North Carolina and get the same service, from you there as they would in your same town.
Exactly.
You know how the Medicare is as well, especially with the agents. There's a big disservice with the, what's going on and as far as like applying yourself as an agent. So it's kind of easy just to step in there and provide yourself as like, hey, we're local, even though we're trying to be big, and we've got that, personal touch.
Yeah. Well, and just to kind of transition that, so just for your audience to know, so through Falcon Investments, I had a lot of Medicare conversations, saw there was a need, started doing a lot of research, came across you, a lot of other guys, and that's kind of how I learned that I wanted to build. We own a company called Trident Insured, which is, the essentially the brand that Dipsurance falls under. And Trent and I started that back in October of last year, so October of 2020, and it was based on the need of, hey, I know there's a lot of people that need help with Medicare. Let's find a way to help them. So we're trying to do a lot of what you're doing as far as build a local brand to help these people. And it just so happens that Dipsurance is one of those ways that we self-fund that, as we need money. A lot of the new agents, and Russ can attest to this, it takes a while to build a client base in Medicare. Mm-hmm. And so Dipsurance is a way for Russ and for Trent and for us to bring money in the door up front, through sales of life insurance as we're building, that Medicare agency out.
Yeah, I think for me, it was one of the most attractive, pieces when I met with these guys back in November of last year. Just having that opportunity to branch out and do the Dipsurance thing, while we're trying to create this thing here locally. So
yeah, and that's one of the hardest things for any agent starting out is just the fact that
money.
Yeah, we couldn't offer Russ enough money. We couldn't say, hey, we're going to guarantee you this, but we said, hey, through Dipsurance, through Medicare, through the cross sales, here's what you can expect and here's how we can help you get there. That's one of the biggest obstacles for anybody starting out is the money. It's hard. It's the first few months are lean, and that's Dipsurance for us. That's how we fund that gap. And I think that would be a good way for any starting agent that's starting out is look at life insurance, even if it's just more localized. A lot of good money up front in the door.
What town in North Carolina are you guys from?
So we're in Salisbury, which is about an hour north of Charlotte, right between Charlotte and Greensboro. Our claim to fame here in Salisbury is chair wine. Not sure if you ever drank a chair wine or not. And Food Line.
And me.
And Trent.
So is Food Line headquarters out of there?
Food Line is headquartered and founded in Salisbury, and chair wine as well.
I lived in Havelock and Jacksonville for a long time, but my dad's from Tarboro.
Okay.
My mother and a lot of my mother's side of the family lives in Monroe. So that's not that far from.
It's about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We actually have a lot of family in North Carolina, so Winston-Salem all over. But anyway, I was just thinking about that strategically because I'd love to talk to you guys more about what you're doing, on a professional level, because you have the making of like this really dynamic brand, that it could be really disruptive just by putting out quality content, both on the agent perspective, but the client perspective. I love it. You guys should be doing a podcast, like no doubt. Like you should be doing a podcast and getting some radio traction or something like that.
Concerns about me being unfiltered.
The good thing about the agent,
Pre-recorded.
Yeah, pre-recorded, edited.
this is
Yeah,
why
this is live. We'd have to pre-record
Yeah,
Trent.
I'm sitting the whole time we're going. I'm like, don't cuss, don't cuss.
Hey, I've struggled with it too. I mean, you know, the Marine
Oh, I know. Yeah.
really, you know, very, very untethered. I mean, it's not even just cussing. It's some of the stuff they say that make most people think, is this guy a serial killer? You know,
Dude.
they say some weird stuff. So we had
Yeah.
I had to soften that up. And then if you watch enough of my content, you'll see some slips in there. Luckily, Sed's good at, you know, beeping it out sometimes for me. But
Well, and so what we're trying, what one of the goals that we do have is, you know, we have, you know, I guess a desire to help newer agents, and
Yep.
we've actually got the domain Medicare Marketer.
Yeah.
And just put something up, and you know, I think what we're going to try to do is document our journey. You know,
Guinea pigs
of building this brand through Medicare Marketer, and maybe that would be our play on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, we're not where you're at. We want to be, but you know, we want to help show people that, you know, as a new agent, here's what you can do. Here's what's working. Here's what didn't work. I mean, we tried, just for example, what didn't work for us this summer was we tried some local seminars for Medicare, put out some great direct mail pieces that we designed on our own, Facebook ads. I even had Christian Brendel take a look at everything when it was pretty much bombing, so to speak.
It's for a professional, semi-professional baseball game, catered, free ticket. Man, we thought, man, we're going to bring in some people here, you know.
Yeah. We just bombed it, man.
COVID or what? Yeah, so our pitch is to be like 2 months ahead of you, you know, if you're watching this, so you can like see our missteps and our successes right before that you're about to take.
Well, and what we're doing is, you know, obviously going to show people how we do, you know, the online life insurance. I mean, that's my expertise. I understand the advertising on that. We've had some pretty good success so far with some Facebook ads for Medicare.
And you got the unique ability too, if the Medicare Marketer works, to have personal coaches from a former baseball player and Navy SEAL as well to coach you along. That's why
I like it. I think you guys could and so like my content creation started with, there was no monetization in mind really at the time. It was just like you're saying, kind of document what we were doing, and we were having some success at the time. We had a great, you know, agency that was, you know, a core portion. And so the journey of my documentation kind of started about, hey, we have a good agency, but I'm a slave to this agency right now. And my journey has been building myself out of it, where the agency kind of, I mean, I'm still involved with it, but I don't have to write the business now, right? And so I tell people my claim to fame now is I want to take you from 5 to 10.
Right.
I mean, I want to help you, you know, where you've already got a lane and something's working, but I want to help you scale it up. Whereas you guys, if you document it, you could say, and y'all aren't ones, but you like from the Medicare side, you can say, this is how we did Medicare. I also love the idea of self-funding with something. So I've told people all the time, like, I don't care if you have to go damn yard selling, you know, on the weekends at 5 a.m. and trying to flip trash on Facebook Marketplace. But you have to have some money in the beginning. It's impossible to start without being able to put something into, you know, marketing. And it doesn't have to be millions of dollars, you know, that's ridiculous. But, you know, a lot of these groups out there that are starting call centers and stuff, they're not starting it out of, you know, pocket change. They have investors. And so if you think you're going to compete against them without some kind of side hustle. So Dipsurance right now, it not that it's a side hustle, it could be a core great business that could, you know, skyrocket into an awesome business. But the fact that you found a lane that brings you some revenue, so you can then put that back into a long-term play like Medicare or an RIA, that's awesome. And then so as you're investing that, you're documenting it some, there'll be it's a no-brainer that some people will start to follow you, and probably something that, you know, from somebody like Seth, who's already been in it for a while and seen some success, to somebody like Trent, somebody like Russ, it's a mindset play too. I don't think your mindset's going to get in your way, because something in life's already gotten you to the point where you're not having to worry about like do I have the mindset to get through this? I've already been through shit. If you become a professional baseball player, if you've stayed in the industry for freaking, more than 10 years, and if you were in the Navy SEALs, clearly you got some drive. So y'all don't have to worry about that. So you could automatically package in the idea that I'm going to coach somebody through the proper mindset to do what it takes. Because most of the people
that's what it is the mindset. 90% of it.
Well, just like, for example, Trent and I started trying to insure last year. So we didn't even talk about this. He got out of the SEALs in December of 2019. Yeah. We talked over the 4th of July at the beach. I said, hey, man, so what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. I might do some private contract. I might do this and that. I'm like,
mercenary.
I was like, hey, look, I know this is not even what you're thinking about, but I'm telling you, Medicare is where we need to be. I said, you can move back home. We can start a business. And I know he probably thought I was crazy at first, but he kept, he's kind of open-minded to it. And we kept chatting about it. He did not move back to Salisbury until September.
This time last year.
Yeah. This time last year. In fact, we filed the LLC about a week ago. I got an anniversary email about it.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have the license as far as like the contracts. He wasn't licensed. We didn't officially open up until October, essentially like 5th, 4th, right before AEP, man.
Yeah.
And it was just grassroots marketing of like, hey, here's what we're doing.
Ground and pound.
And we got about 80 Medicare clients during AEP.
That's pretty good for getting.
Yeah, but it was a lot of hard work. It was,
Dude, I didn't even know how to write a policy until the October 6th, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because we were so focused on.
People think they got to know every single thing, but really, if you just know, you know what, I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to find a way to help them.
Exactly.
That's the. There's plenty of people that I know that know they know more than me about Medicare that have helped a fraction of the amount of people because they can't get outside of their own head and just go out and talk to people and help people.
Right.
And then we got Russ in, after AEP was over and he was kind of looking for something new to do. He was in real estate. We chatted with him like, hey, here's the opportunity. Here's what we want it to be. He didn't get into this, to be probably just a Medicare agent.
None of us did. See, that's what he sold us on, and that's what I was sold on. Yeah, I'm a Medicare agent, and of course that's what I'm going to do to be able to tell someone or teach someone how to do it. And I want to build a respectable book of business, but that's not what this is about. This is about 5 or 10 years down the road. In my mind, possibly having the opportunity to open up a bunch of Trident insureds across North Carolina and providing jobs for, other veterans that are getting out of the military. They all want to go back to their hometown. They a lot of them don't have college educations, but a lot of them are just super bright and super driven. So, the long-term goals, and same with Russ. I mean, you can speak to it with him. That's what we're about here. We're going to get the money needed, and we're going to, tough things out. And 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're going to have a big damn mark somewhere. We just don't know where it is yet.
Well, you're an inspiration to us as far as like what you've done to build it, and
love us some Justin Brock.
I'm not very active on your Facebook groups or things like that, but I definitely see a lot of things. That's one of the things that I've not done a good job of, as far as I'm trying to open up more about what I'm doing, my experiences and things like that. And I think that's one of the hardest things to do. But in the background, I've followed you and your communities for a long time. Like, hey, here's what he's doing. We're way behind him, but, at least we know that it's possible.
Yeah. Well, there's no scarcity of people that need help in the Medicare space or the aging community and, or the veteran community. I don't know about how many retired baseball players there are out there, but, but we know, I don't know if
more than Navy SEALs.
Well, a lot of them dip, that's for sure. So we can help them one way or another.
There you go. Yeah, we have one of my buddies here is my chief marketing officer, Stephen Martinez. One of his best buddies is Brian Dozier, and he's just about to get out. He's from right down the road here. So Maybe I
got you.
should get him into Medicare. So,
There you go.
I think he had a pretty good contract, that last contract. He might want to just sit around and do nothing for a little while.
Yeah. There are the money has gotten crazy in baseball. That's for sure.
I
A
think
lot of those guys aren't really concerned about it, I guess.
I want to say that like last year or two, he had like I don't know, I'm probably speaking off the cuff, but like a $9 million contract or something. So he's probably sitting okay for a little bit, but
He's not going to have selling dip insurance policies.
Yeah, not having that gives you the drive though, huh? Yeah,
right. Yeah, he's got to drive. He shouldn't be sitting around doing nothing, but
that's true.
but we man, I really enjoy talking to you guys because and this is why I think you all be good just from an entertainment value and a true value to the agent community. So I'd like to figure out, offline how we can partner together to help more people, help more, veterans, help you guys scale it up, not necessarily from a contractual standpoint, but just a partnership of trying to help people. You guys are, you got something good. So don't sleep on it. And we need to get it on another interview and talk about some of the things that you guys are doing and try to help people understand that journey from inception level. And I think it's cool too to have a partnership because, man, one of the reasons the Medicare Gurus community online and the YouTube channel and stuff has done so well for us is because most people are out there alone. So it is kind of cool that you guys have each other to hang out with and feel like you're blazing a trail together.
It's just story time. I do about 5 minutes of work and then like a long story that makes them feel uncomfortable and they chuckle at, that type of deal.
It's a lot of story time with Trent around the office.
Yeah, we get our fix.
We just need to put a camera in there and so people that it catches my stories and sees their like unenthused expressions.
You need to sell insurance like Major Payne tells bedtime stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Blood and guts and spitting ass flying everywhere.
Blood and guts flying everywhere.
So no, it's cool too that you guys are brothers. My brother works with me, and he same thing. Like when the coolness factor, you guys talk about the coolness factor of insurance. My dad was an insurance agent, and I always thought, wow, I did see him go from zero to earning a 6-figure income, and he was a great independent agent. But to me, at 18, I was like, that's great. I love my dad. I'm glad he's doing well, but that's so boring. I'm gonna go do something cool and change the world and be a patriot. So that's why I joined the Marine Corps. Getting back out, I had a couple of kids, and I was thinking, okay, now I can say I was a Marine or I'm a Marine. Now I want to go and do something that I can provide a modest living. So my goal really getting out wasn't to be what we are now. The hunger for that came from seeing the opportunity, and then my mindset was like, there's all this opportunity. I can't not conquer this opportunity that's out there to help more people. Then my brother is the same way. He's kind of I tell people he's like the wildling brother. He was just party animal, and it took me took me a long time to settle him down. But now if you see him, y'all have seen him probably in some of our videos. Real skinny guy, tattoos, looks like a short Machine Gun Kelly. But he's but now he's selling insurance, and man, he's one of my greatest phone salespeople because he's just fearless in the conversation. So it's fun being around people. I love having built a team here. I think you guys got the start of something great, got a good brand. So if agents are out there looking for people to follow, find these guys. You got Seth Waller, Trent Waller, Russ. Russ, what's your last name?
Adams. Russ Adams. Yeah, you can find us dipshirts.com.
2 of them.
Yeah, Russ Adams. Yeah,
just a baseball player.
Just a baseball player. Yeah, no big deal. First round draft pick, no big deal.
First round draft pick. No, so these guys follow Dipsurance, check it out. And if you're
Medicare marketer, follow us there too if you don't mind. We're definitely gonna try to get something started there.
Absolutely.
It's just right now just follow, document our processes, our journey.
Yeah, we can get some good Trent stories up there about some teams related dip incidents.
Dip incidents. Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of them.
Dip and
You've seen them in the core.
Dip and Velcro accidents.
Yep, there you go.
So, well, man, I appreciate you guys being on, and we're going to have you back in the future, maybe even do like individual interviews with you guys, because I know you all got great, backstories, and appreciate it. And I know we'll see more of you in the future.
Coming to Mississippi, I'm buying you a beer, man. We really appreciate this.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Justin.
Over to the birthplace of Elvis.
Dude, let's do it, man.
So, all right, guys, thanks so much.
Did you subscribe to the YouTube channel? Did you like the video? Please turn your notifications on and head over here to our next video. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, check out Medicare Gurus. It's over 7,000 members strong currently, and there's tons and tons, a wealth of information and knowledge from experienced agents as well as new agents that you can find and help shepherd. So thank you guys so much for watching. Check this video out right here.